Memory diving is different for everyone. That was the first lesson Key's mother taught her, and one she internalized long before she attended the academy. From the beginning, diving had been righteous and holy, suffused with an expansive joyfulness, and that had not changed since she was a child. Key stared at the fungi at her feet, her mouth watering on reflex. The mushrooms had proliferated overnight after the storm. Squat, bone-white cups had matured unnaturally fast in the sodden ground, pushing aside leaf litter as they formed in a tight cluster beneath the shade of a sprawling bull magnolia veined with ghost orchids. Drops of red gudation oozed from the sides of the cups and collected in the bottoms, thus giving the mushroom its name, the blood chalice. Key kneeled beside the chalices. A set of them? A troop of them. 2 small rectangular tabs of rice paper held between thumb and forefinger, each tab sized to fit on her tongue. She bowed her head, her lips moving in whispered prayers to the ancestors. The saints would guide her in her search for memories and protect her during her dive. She ended with a prayer to Saint Orissa, her grandmother, to ensure she would find a missing piece of information that could be used to mend what the decade of storms destroyed over 200 years ago. Calm settled upon her as she finished. The ancestors had heard. Key knew this in her gut, believed it as surely as she believed that the moon would rise or the rivers would flood. She lifted her head and blotted sweat from her face with a sleeve, swept an errant, salt-stiff curl behind her ear, and dipped the corners of the papers into one of the cups, soaking in a drop of juice. She repeated the motion, visiting each cup until the tabs were as saturated as the air around her. Storm's coming. Vale, Key's guardian, emerged wraith-like from behind the ruins of a 3-story house. It was the largest building in the compound and the most well-preserved, though half the roof was missing and much of the floor had been torn down to the joists, exposing a cellar below. The stacked stone chimney stood tall, however, and it was that structure which had alerted Key to the house's existence, the skeletal finger of it beckoning to her through verdant canopy as she'd surveyed the forest from a rickety, abandoned fire tower several miles away.